guess all the that's against me. They the ones stirring up the conflict. They try to make it out like I'm conflicted.
You spent your whole life trying to blow up, but Elohim never had time for donuts. The beat gon' have no time for cold cuts. The game like Big Pitch came to join up. Yeah, I'm still independent, ain't sold a million records yet. Used to be on my checklist, big diamonds don't need a necklace. Look, we built the sound like it's double speed Tetris. I cannot build without God in it. We built the sound, you can't copy this. I never brag, it's just confidence. I never rap for your compliments. I wrote this one for the indie grind. If you ain't signed on the dotted line, can't buy my soul with no dollar signs. The industry so full of troglodytes. I don't follow trends. Run it up. Say that with my chest. Run it up. No, I will not bend. Run it up. Gang time in it. Gang time. I don't follow trends. Say that with my chest. I will not bend. Gang time. Run it up. 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 You gotta put in that work, dog. I put the kingdom first. I know that you gotta wait for your turn sometimes to build something really sustainable. Work on your catalog so the day that you finally pop off, you'll see it's not just a once off. You put in time, the harvest is ready, it's ripe. I thank God for the payment. That's a solid foundation. When I finally make it, I'll give God all the praises. G.O.D. who conquered evil forces. I don't trust in chariots or fortresses. Yeah, I walk by faith.
Madden football brings you the divisional round of the NFL playoffs, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Packers and the Lions on Sunday night primetime.
This Lion fan base have been craving home playoff football since this building opened in 2002, and they've got it today at Ford Field in Detroit. Ahead will decide the second entrant to next week's NFC title game, as we've got a great one in store between the Green Bay Packers and the Detroit Lions. Hello, everyone. As the postseason continues here on EA Sports, we're pleased to bring it to you. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And who has the edge here? You got one side that had some extra rest, but another comes in off a win last week in the wild card round.
And it's funny, depending on which team you are, you say that that's an advantage. You'll take the rest, you'll take the week off, get your guys healed up a little bit and ready to go. But that team that's coming in off of a win last week, they're really excited to keep playing. They feel like they are hot and ready to go.
The fourth and final ticket to the conference championship round. We'll know soon enough as we are underway here on a January afternoon. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the first overall selection of the 2016 draft. From Cal, it's Jared Goff.
And he and his team, they were the beneficiaries of a first-round bye earned by a tremendous regular season. He'd been a little bit nicked up so he could use the rest, and I'm sure his teammates felt the exact same way. But now it'll be interesting to watch their first few drives in this one, because sometimes getting the rest is great, but sometimes you accumulate a little bit of rust as well. Maybe they come out flat, and they can't afford that in the postseason.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. They'll go again with Sanders. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a first down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other.
He tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. Eagles are going to take possession of the football. Nobody ever wants the interception on the opening drive to happen, but when it happens in the playoffs, it feels like it's a bigger deal. What a rough start.
And how about these visitors? The defense just went right on the field and seized momentum. You know, almost like they're saying, okay, no one expects us to win this one. Let's go ahead and give them a shock early. Took the ball from the home team and put them in the hole.
Because this crowd, one of the best in the league, especially this time of year, it's going to be tough to take them out of it, but that's a heck of a start. So after the INT, it's Rodgers. On this one, incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. They'll get only a couple down to the 44. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion and a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
This defense not budging. Back-to-back carries of just 2 yards.
And the big fella stepped that one up in that big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
That's on target, but it's no good. He had it on line, but it came up just shy of the crossbar, and this will remain a scoreless game.
Wow, partner, it's almost a little jarring to see a holder set up on the other side of midfield. I brought out my binoculars to make sure on that one. That is showing an awful lot of confidence in the kicker to try and hit from 61 yards, and this one winds up no good.
Well, this offense got to be loving this. After the long missed field goal, they'll take over on the other side of the 50, 1st and 10.
Goff's throw going into the hands of Williams.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Well, that's good for a 1st down. There's a guy who went over 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch of the playoffs. That was a lightning-fast decision that time. He just caught it and got rid of it.
Because he saw his guy was going to be open immediately, so he took the R, the run, out of the play. He took the O, the option, out of the play, and immediately got to the pass.
On 1st and 10, Goff. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. On the draw, here's Sanders.
And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17.
11 yards there and a Lion 1st down. Another run with Sanders. He will push his way down to about the 14. Tackle made by Devondre Campbell. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now it's gone. This will be caught at about the 5. And the Lions are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field.
Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Sanders is into the end zone. Touchdown, Lions. So a good job there, Charles, taking advantage of the short field and then score first, punching it in on the short touchdown run.
I love the theme there, right? They didn't have to do anything big on that drive. Took advantage of where they were on the field, took it downfield, put the ball in the end zone. The only thing big on that drive, the 6 on the scoreboard.
Nick Folk for the point after. It's up, it's good, and the Lions lead 7-0. That time a 6-play drive, and it was Miles Sanders who finished it off with a touchdown run. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. From the 10. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go. And for them, maybe a little carryover from last week's game. They got the win on the road in the wild card round, on the road here again in the divisional round, but they're hanging tough.
Hey, cue a little music, right? They're on the road again. I mean, this has been kind of the mantra they're under right now, and they can't change it. The season dictated what would happen with them, right? They had to go on the road for the first round for the playoff. They're on the road again, and sometimes teams get really comfortable with that. Not only the idea of going on the road and shocking the world, but just, hey, it's just us. We don't have to worry about outside distractions. It's just us. Let's go play.
It becomes that us against the world mentality, doesn't it?
And while it may be overplayed, in the media, it's real when it comes time to play ball.
And he's got room. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That's a gain of nearly 40 yards on 3rd and medium to pick up the first. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Working from the gun, Rodgers. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. To throw again on 2nd down. Rodgers throws this one right side to Pascal. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. Into the red zone. It's Rodgers. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. On 2nd down, Dillon. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down. Rodgers now to throw. A throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon. And the Packers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. They'll run here with Dillon. And he gets him a little bit closer and takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. After 7-0 on EA Sports. The Packers with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. Now it's Rodgers. Escaping the pressure right. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. Aiden Hutchinson showing his strength and quickness there. A loss of 4.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
A big one coming in this divisional round playoff. 3rd and goal. Now Rodgers. That one thrown away from the pocket. Officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass. And Gay knocks this one through, and they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal, you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And Detroit getting set to go now.
As the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime. If you're a good football team, you spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively. They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's Goff. And that'll be caught by St. Brown. And they'll work this down inside the 30. Now Goff on first down. Looking for the end zone. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Off play action. Here's Goff. And that'll be caught. It's St. Brown. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal. A shotgun snap for Goff. And he's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And they're able to add on to their advantage.
You got to figure down by the goal line. This is where a tight end earns his money in the high traffic area. And he's able to work free in the middle of the end zone and grabs that one for a touchdown.
Now Folk for the extra point. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it's capped off by a touchdown for the Lions. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. And a touchback as Dortch elects not to return it. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. Now a first carry for their fullback. And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
After a play like that, there should be congratulations all the way around, I think, because if you can stop a big fullback like that, that's not easily done.
Yeah, he does not go down easily. You're right, but he did there. On 2nd and 11 now. Rodgers. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And down he'll go at the 25. It'll be a gain of just a yard. And that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dive defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Taken from just outside the 30. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A great return there, bobbing and weaving his way for 31 yards. And the Lions will have excellent field position here as they take over 1st and 10. Detroit's offense ready to take over. The long drive last time out for this offense, Charles, if you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
Sanders shaking and baking. Touchdown, Detroit!
So 2 touchdowns for him on the ground in this first half, and that one a thing of beauty.
And just like his last touchdown run, we saw him be patient. How about his vision where he's able to identify where the opening was? And then how about the escort right down the field all the way to the end zone from his blockers?
On for the extra point is Folk. And it's 21-3. So 2 plays on that scoring drive. That's how they drew it up. And the long run into the end zone, and what a run it was. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board.
And a touchback as Dortch elects not to return it. The Green Bay offense ready to take over. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 39 yards the distance covered on the catch and run.
Well, speed is definitely a calling card if you play quarterback in this league, and he does a terrific job there of hustling in quickly to make the play.
And that is incomplete. The coverage a little too good there. And it's 2nd down.
I'd give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly, got a great break on the ball, and able to force that incompletion.
Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete.
And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field.
The Packers on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3.
Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Rodgers going to throw. And that'll be incomplete.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested, and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
Now Rodgers looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half, but the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them up the scoreboard here.
Rodgers to throw once more. And he comes back with one complete. And he will not be able to get the first as he can get this only down to the 5. Matt Gay now gets ready for the field goal try. From the right hash, and this one just a chipping. Gay's kick is good.
So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
Here comes Khalif Raymond from his end zone.
A lane opens here. He's past the 30. Khalif Raymond. And they are not going to catch him. He's in. Touchdown, Lions.
That was a special return, and it happened because he's a special returner. He has to have that approval from his special teams coach's head coach to bring it out of the end zone.
But let's be honest, a lot of times when they bring it out of the end zone like he did there, they don't have approval. I mean, I think a lot of times they do, but correct me if I'm wrong. Sometimes it's just a guy getting a feel, right?
You're exactly right. What's the old adage? Sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules. And if you do, you're taking on some responsibility. But he was happy to do so there.
So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. This is taken just shy of the 10. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Throwing now is Rodgers. Pass caught. It's Romeo Doubs. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Completes it again to Doubs. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. And again, it's Rodgers. Eluding the pressure right. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. On third down, here's Jones. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to 48. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be fourth down. So on fourth down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. Pretty woeful there. Just 23 yards on the punt. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. As Sanders with a carry on first down as he picks his way forward for a gain of 5. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC divisional round matchup as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports halftime report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. But first, let's take a look back to Saturday's NFC divisional round game. And it was the New York Giants who are moving on as they knock off the Philadelphia Eagles. And on now to a check on the next-gen stats in that first half for the Packers. And they've had all sorts of success thus far tonight throwing the football, as they're on pace to throw for 300-plus yards if things continue the way they've been going. And meanwhile, for the Lions, we check out their numbers on the ground as they'll try to keep the momentum going into the second half. Both these teams, no doubt, making their final adjustments as we speak. Which of these two teams is going to advance to the NFC title game next Sunday? To find out, let's get you back to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. And we will not have a run back here as the second half starts with a touchback. The Packers ready to go to start quarter number 3. And Charles, that had to be an interesting locker room at halftime. This is a team that's had so much success this year. Haven't really had to deal with a lot of adversity at halftime, to be honest. But now here they are with their playoff lives on the line.
And I think when you're alluding to that interesting locker room, you're just wondering, how are they handling that bit of adversity that they're seeing right now? Because I think this is a team that has to look to lean on the veterans at this point. We know we're better than this. We've proved it all season. Let them disseminate that confidence through the locker room. But this opening drive, it'll be an important one for them to give them a little jolt of confidence moving forward.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, partner, they certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. On the give, this is their fullback. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Throwing is Rodgers. This will be caught by Brown. And he is going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. To throw is Rodgers. Middle of the field, he finds Pascal.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
A give to the foot, and it's a fumble. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
That one good for 37 yards.
Aaron Jones, not one of the bigger backs in the league, 5'9", 208, but he's definitely what you'd call a downhill runner, and he's able to shed the tacklers there for good yardage.
Yeah, that's a run born out of ferociousness. He took on that initial contact and in his mind just screamed, "Out of my way," and kept right on going and wound up turning it into a big play.
It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal.
On play action, Rodgers to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Rodgers going to try and run.
And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. Well, they had stopped him for a loss on the run anyway, so they'll decline that.
It's almost a good psychological advantage, isn't it? You created a penalty, and you still couldn't gain yards against us. No way we need to take that one.
Rodgers now on 3rd and goal. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. Romeo LaCroix with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7.
That's quite a stand there defensively. A huge sack on 3rd down, and that's going to force him into a field goal attempt.
Matt Gay now gets ready for the field goal try. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And Gay knocks this one through, and the deficit falls under 20 now. It's a 19-point game. So a good drive there to begin quarter number 3, but they're only able to shave 3 points off the lead.
Well, something's better than nothing, all right? They didn't play particularly well in the first half, but they definitely need him to step on the accelerator now and play a whole lot better.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. So we get a look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half.
Goff and this Lions offense set for a 1st and 10.
At their 25-yard line.
They'll start with a handoff to Sanders.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
89 yards rushing for him now in the ball game as he is trying to will his guys to the championship round next weekend.
He's turning in a pretty impressive performance running the football, and a big reason why they have this nice lead.
And in days gone by, we would clip this out and put it up on the refrigerator, wouldn't it?
Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Detroit.
Jamison Williams.
61 yards.
And the Lions continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead.
Now Folk for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. From the 10. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD. And if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. Give him 18 on that play, and Green Bay has the first as well. From midfield, here's Rodgers.
He'll go right back to Tunyon. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
They've gone to their fullback quite a bit. He'll get it again. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Now Rodgers.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. With nowhere to throw it, decided to scramble, and a nice job, CD. Got the yardage that he needed.
Yeah, and his teammates are certainly going to appreciate that effort, even if his coaches don't, because they would have wanted him to slide and protect himself. But he chose team gain over personal protection.
Meanwhile, Rodgers' throw finds its target, Dobbs. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
2nd and 10 here as we sit in the 3rd quarter of this divisional round matchup.
Working from the gun, Rodgers.
Slant route, he's got Dobbs.
9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
Even against double coverage, he's got enough of an opening for a noticeable gain. 2 guys on him, yet he finds a way to uncover downfield for the completion.
1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Ford Field. The Packers on 3rd down. They've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football.
This one swung out here to Jones. And the Packers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as they get the conversion there on 3rd and inches.
Here's Rodgers. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. They'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the... It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
Sometimes you read a defense thinking pass rush, and you see them on those sprinter stances. You think you can give that quick hitter to the fullback and have it go for 7, 8, 9 yards, but not that time. They stuffed him before he could get back to the line of scrimmage.
Throws this one right side to Pascal.
Hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
Now Rodgers got to have this one. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They try to throw on 4th and goal from the 2, and the Lion defense able to come up there with a goal line stand. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. From the end zone, Goff. And that's hauled in by St. Brown over the middle. And he's able to get this up just shy of the 15. Trying to find some space to operate, and now they'll have it. A gain of 12, a big first down to get away from the end zone. Up the middle they go with Sanders. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Another run here with Sanders. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
Throwing on 3rd. Goff. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
This one probably not the close game you would expect or hope to see in prime time, CD. But, of course, that wasn't their intent in preparing for this one. They said they felt like their offense was ready to put up some points. And, my goodness, it has been a dominant display in front of a national audience.
Yeah, they thought it, and it certainly came to fruition, didn't it? They've been dominant in so many ways in this one. If you weren't paying attention to this group before, you certainly are now after seeing this type of victory from them.
It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time.
And even 100 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in this divisional round matchup.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. On 2nd down, here's Goff. And connecting here with DJ Shark. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers 35. Give them 18 on the play.
Well, partner, nothing but praise from me for this offense. They have been tremendous all night long. They knew what they had to do to unlock the defense. And let's face it, this has been a master class in offensive football that we've been here to witness.
And forget that 100-yard rushing game, at least for the moment, as he'll lose yardage here and fall back under the century mark for the game. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. They'll run with Sanders up the middle. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. And he'll take this one down to the 36. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. Here's Nick Folk now on for the field goal. From the right hash, this from 53.
Folk's kick is good.
And that will extend their lead even further.
So they hadn't called on him at all until this point, but he comes through here and buries one from long range.
Yeah, that's awfully impressive because usually kickers like to get that first one out of their system in the first quarter, sort of get them into the flow of the game, but to come in this late and knock it down from long distance, give him a lot of credit.
This one taken just inside the 10. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34.
The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Tariq Woolen picks it. For this defense, CD, that's kind of the icing on the cake here as we get to the end of this one.
And didn't you feel that they weren't just going into total prevent there? You know, they had the lead, and sometimes you fall back and you lose your aggressiveness. Not in this case. They were still making a play on the football, and look how that one turned out. They may have salted this one away.
The Lions offense set to take over. And it would appear that that first-round bye certainly helped. They've looked fresh from the start and no letdown here as they lead big in this divisional round, and they look to book a spot in the conference championship. And they will take a knee here. And they're moving on to the conference championship. How about this?
What a tremendous feeling to get to the game that can get you to the Super Bowl. A fantastic season. Unfortunately, for the other team, a tough, tough way for it to end.
What I never do. How you supposed to walk with me? I'm 80 steps ahead. Whenever I touch down. You gotta choose. You like the top or you just like to lose. Make a move. Then at the bottom, I got the boom. You gotta choose. You like the top or you just like to lose. Make a move. Then at the bottom, I got the boom. You gotta choose. Yeah, I jump out the booth. Then I might hop through the roof. Count on the rings. My team is the truth, but they some liars to you. And they never sing, but they always shoot. And all of their diamonds are new. And that's why I'm here with villain, cause I really get it. And I need all my honeys in blue. You gotta choose. You like the top or you just like to lose. Make a move. Then at the bottom, I got the boom. You gotta choose. You like the top or you just like to lose. Make a move. Then at the bottom, I got the boom. You gotta choose. Make a choice. I need 100 pack for my boys. Deep be hating and talking and hating. I bet you I kill the noise. I've been a man like I'm Peyton. I boost up my rating. You know how I play with toys. Pop out on any occasion, get standing ovations. They can't help it but rejoice. They all wanna follow me, cause I got my